Hey, what up, everybody? So, if you have good news, apparently there's now a fix for the dimming issue of our Poco F3 and your future Poco F3. Let's find out. First, the Poco F3 all over the world has been receiving over-the-air update. So currently we have 12.0.3 here in the Philippines, and I believe from like Europe and other parts of the world, they've already gotten 12.0.4. So right now we're going to be testing 12.0.3. So we have a 1 hour gameplay here of Genshin Impact set at the highest settings at 60 FPS. And let's find out if it has indeed resolved our dreaded dimming issue for our beloved Poco F3. All right. Okay, let's dive on to the video. All right, here we go. We've started the game. We've also added a stopwatch here so that we actually know where we're at because, this is a 1 hour gameplay. So let's check here some details. Auto brightness is disabled and we're at the maximum brightness as well. All right, so let us start the game. Let me also adjust my camera here because the 100% brightness, that's just too bright for the camera. So that you can at least see the details on the screen, I've adjusted the aperture. All right. So temperature reading, we're at 35 or 36, and yeah, same on the back. So it's quite manageable, but this is Genshin Impact. So in a few minutes, that'll go up really fast. So yeah, also before I forget, I'll be doing a review of the Atmos feature. I'll do my best to describe with Dolby Atmos enabled and disabled on both music and on movies. Okay. All right, so I think the brightness level went down there by a little bit. So let's just check that. All right, so 80 to 100 or 90 to 100. Yeah. So as you notice here, the brightness level doesn't change even though you've moved the brightness slider from 80 to 100. All right. Yeah, let me adjust my aperture again so that you can see what's on the screen. So there we go. So 0 to 50%, there's definitely and obviously there's a change. 50% to 80%, it's also getting brighter. However, the 80 to 100 or 90 to 100% brightness, nothing's really happening. All right. Yeah, this game is actually, quite enjoyable. I've been playing this for, how many hours now. They've just chosen a different path or a different game design. Aside from just ripping it off from Zelda, this would have been a really epic game for mobile. The story is quite compelling. The characters are also quite interesting. The lore, the history is good also. They're talking about gods, politics and conflicts and all that. So yeah, there we go. All right, so we're at our 20-minute mark and 0 to 50%, obvious difference. 50 to 80, yes, the screen is still getting brighter, but then that upper end of the spectrum, nothing's really happening. So yeah, no change, no dimming. So let's go ahead and play again. All right, we're at the 30-minute mark. We're getting 45 degrees at the front glass and Yeah, 42 or 43 at the back. Okay, so brightness level 0 to 50 the same. 50% to 80 it changes the brightness, and then 80 to 100, so it's still the same. We're still having the same brightness level here at the 30-minute mark. Actually, before this update, you know, what's that, like 15 minutes, you're already down to like 40 or 50% brightness. So yeah, I think the update, it resolved the issue, right? All right, 45-minute mark. Yeah, the temperature seems to be consistent at around 45-ish at the front and 44 at the back. Let's check the brightness level again. So, what do we have here? Yep. Yeah, it's still the same. It's still the same. At the 1 hour mark, still getting the same thing, right? 0 to 50%. Yeah, it's obviously getting brighter. 50 to like 80 or 85. It is still getting brighter. However, the 80 to 100% mark, nothing's, really happening. So, yeah, we can actually conclude that Poco have, programmed or set the device to dim as low as 80% when it reach, I would say, a certain temperature on their SoC, either on the processor on or on their GPU. Yeah, like even for me, I would rather choose the screen to dim at until 80% rather than it having issues in the future. Alright, so as you can see there on our gameplay footage, the update has indeed resolved the issue. So before the update, we were able to reach as low as 50% or even 40% of brightness level. But right now, at 1 hour of gameplay, it only went down to 90% or 80%, if my approximation is correct. But nonetheless, those are, way bright, if you're gonna ask me. Because me, on daytime, I would settle at around 50 to 60%. And on nighttime, probably 30% would do. This update has given our Poco F3 more value and, yeah, lesser compromise. And some of you might think that this would have been the experience that we should have had from day one. But considering the price of the Poco F3, I'm not even complaining, right? Even with the dimming issue, I would say people would still buy this phone. We're all good now. We're all good. They've added functionality for Dolby Atmos, and I've tested those. Just a quick impression on movies like on Netflix or YouTube. You need to set the preset to video mode. What it brings you is it will miraculously give more bass, more warmth, and more air on the speakers of our Poco F3. I couldn't believe that it was able to do that, but it did. It gave it more life. It's more engaging. If you're watching a movie, it's a bit more, cinematic, a bit more immersive. Yeah, for music, I used my Galaxy Buds Pro, and yeah, it did a significant change on the bass level, on the separation of the instruments. If instruments, vocals are well separated, you can actually hear more details from them as well. So yeah, those are really good addition to an already awesome product, the Poco F3. So, alright, so if you like the content that you've seen here, give me a like or even a sub and hit on the notification bell so that you get notified on my future uploads or videos. So, again, this is Ian. See you on the next one.